Now we have Uncle Ramanathan taking us through the Uttarpara speech of Sri Aurobindo.
Before I start the speech, I would like to say a few words. There is a famous sloka in Bhagavad Gita. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan van prabhatyade vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sadurlabha. Loosely translated, what it means is among the innumerable birds, there will be only one, very few jnanis who will be there, who has that kind of attitude, which is called Vasudeva Sarvamiti, means everything is Vasudeva. That kind of a Mahatma is very rare. We all know that our master Sri Aurobindo is embodiment of that attitude, which is called Vasudeva Sarvamiti, universal Brahman consciousness, the Krishna consciousness. Our master Sri Aurobindo has exhibited this, given the glimpse of his Krishna consciousness in the powerful and eloquent Uttarpara speech when he narrated his experience in the Alipur jail. Shailaja has given me some passages to deliver, because the Uttarpara speech is a very long speech. Because of the time constraints, we may not be able to deliver the full speech. So she has picked some passages. With the salutations to our master, I start this Uttarpara speech. As I sat here, there came into my mind a word that I have to speak to you, a word I have to speak to the whole of Indian nation. It was spoken first to myself in jail, and I came out of it to speak it to you, my people. I knew I would come out. A year of detention is only meant for a year of seclusion and a training. How could anyone hold me in jail longer than was necessary for God's purpose? He had given me a word to speak and a work to do, and until that word is spoken, no one would hush me. And until that work is done, no human power could stop the God's instrument, however weak the instrument may be, or however small. In this year of seclusion, the earliest realization, the first lesson came to me. A day passed, and a second day, and a third, when a voice came from within, wait and see. The bonds you had not the strength to break, I have broken for you. For it is not my will, nor was it ever my intention that that should continue. I have had another thing for you, and for that I have brought you here, to teach you what you could not learn by yourself, and to train you for my work. Then he placed the Gita in my hands. His strength entered into me, and I was able to do sadhana of the Gita. I was not only able to understand intellectually, but also to realize what Sri Krishna demanded of Arjuna, what Sri Krishna demanded of all those who aspire to do his work, to be free from repulsion and desire, to do his work without demand for any fruit, to have an equal heart for high and low, success or failure, friend and opponent, and yet not do his work negligently. I realized what Hindu religion is. We all speak of the Hindu religion, the Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion. But few of us ever know what that religion really is. The Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion, is life itself. It is a thing not to be believed, but to be lived. It is for this religion that India is rising. India is rising to shed eternal light entrusted to her over this world. India has always existed for the humanity and not for itself. And it is for the humanity and not for itself that India should be great. His strength again entered into me. I looked at the jail which secluded me from men. It was not by the high walls that I was imprisoned, but it was Vasudeva who surrounded me. I walked under the branches of the tree in front of my cell. No, it was not the tree. It was Vasudeva. It was Sri Krishna who was standing there, holding over my head his shade. I looked at the bars of the cell, the very grating that did for a door. And again, I saw Vasudeva. It was Narayana who was guarding and standing sentry for me. As I lay on the coarse blankets that were given for a couch, I felt the arms of Sri Krishna, the arms of my friend and lover, Sri Krishna. This was the first use of the deeper and greater vision he gave me. When the case came up in the lower court and when we were produced before the magistrate, I was followed by the same insight. I looked. It was not the magistrate whom I saw. It was Narayana who was sitting there on the bench. I looked at the prosecuting counsel. It was not the counsel for prosecution whom I saw. It was Sri Krishna, my friend and lover Sri Krishna, who was standing there smiling. Now, do you fear? I am in all man and overrule thy actions and words. My protection is still with you, and you shall not fear. The case that is brought against you, leave it in my hands. It is not for you. It is not for that I have brought you here, but for something else. The case itself is a means for my work and nothing more. The arrangements that had been made for my defense were suddenly changed, and a new counsel stood for me. He came unexpectedly, a friend of mine, but I did not know that he was coming. All of us now know who the man is who put aside all his other thoughts, abandoned all his practice, and sat up half the night, day after day, for months together, and broke his health. Sarjut Chittaranjan Das. When I saw him, I was satisfied. But all that came in my mind were suddenly cast aside when a voice came from within. Here is the man who is going to save you from the snares put around your feet. Put aside all those papers. It is not for you to instruct him. I will instruct him. From that moment onwards, I did not myself speak a word to my counsel relating to the case, nor did I give any instructions. I listened to the voice within. I am guiding, therefore fear not. Turn to your own work for which I have brought you to jail. And when you go out, remember never to fear, never to hesitate. Remember, it is I who am doing this, not you, not any other. When I approached God on earlier occasions, I did not have a living faith in Him. The agnostic was in me, the atheist was in me, the skeptic was in me, and I was not absolutely sure whether God existed at all. I did not feel His presence. Yet, something drew me to the truth of the Vedas, the truth of the Gita, the truth of the Hindu religion. I felt that there must be a mighty truth in this yoga. There must be a mighty truth in this religion based on the Vedanta. Then, in the seclusion of the jail, in the solitary cell, I asked for it again. Give me thy Adesh. I do not know what work I have to do or how to do it. Give me a message. In the communion of yoga, two messages came. The first came and it read, I have given you a work that is to help uplift the nation. Before long, a time will come when you will have to go out of jail. For it is not my will, or was it my intention that this should continue, and you should be convicted or pass the time in jail as others have to in suffering for the country. I have called you for work. That is the Adesh that you wanted. I give you the Adesh to go forth and do my work. The second message came and said, something has been shown to you in this year of seclusion, something about which you had your doubts before. That is the truth of the Hindu religion. This is the religion which I am raising before this world. This is the religion which I have perfected and developed through the rishis, saints, and avatars. and it is now going forth to do my work among the nations. I am raising this nation to send forth my word. This is the Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion about which you had your doubts before. You were not sure, really sure about it before, which I have now revealed to you. What is this Hindu religion? What is this religion that we call Sanatana, eternal? Is it because the Hindu nation has kept it? Or is it because in this peninsula it grew up in the seclusion of the seas and the Himalayas? Or is it because in this ancient and sacred land it was given as a charge to the Aryan race to preserve through the ages? No, it is not circumscribed by the confines of a single country. It does not belong peculiarly and forever bounded to a single country. It is the Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion, is the eternal religion because it is the universal religion that embraces all others. It is the one religion that triumphs over materialism by including the uh, discoveries of science and the speculations of philosophy. It is the one religion which impresses on mankind the nearness of God to us and embraces in its compass all the possible ways man can approach God. It is the one religion which shows the world what the world is. It is the Leela of Vasudeva. It is the one religion which shows the world how best we can take part in this Leela, its noblest laws and its subtlest rules. It is the one religion which does not separate life even by a smallest detail from religion. It knows what immortality is and as utterly removed from us the reality of death. This is the word that has been put into my mouth to speak to you today. I say no longer that nationalism is a creed, faith, or a religion. It is the Sanatana Dharma, which is for us, is nationalism. The nation is born with Sanatana Dharma. With it, it moves. With it, it grows. When the Sanatana Dharma declines, the nation also declines. If for any reason the Sanatana Dharma is capable of perishing, with the Sanatana Dharma, the nation also perishes. Sanatana Dharma, that is nationalism. This is what I have to speak to you. Friends, as I said before, this Uttarpara speech is a very long speech. We have picked only some selected passages. There is a sloka, Sarvasya Chaham Ahamismi Vishpohu Mattaspradinyana Mapohanancham Vedaisa Sarve Rahameva Meva Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Chaha. I'm not going to explain to you what is this sloka is. There are only two words that I am picking from this sloka. Matta smriti jnana mapohanancha. Smriti is the memory, the retention power. Apohanam is the forgetfulness, where you are not able to grasp all the things and you are not able to reproduce all the things. This powerful speech, probably I would not have delivered all correctly as per our master's verse. There may be some diversions here and there, etc. So whatever that I was able to recite from my smriti, that is the Leela of Vasudeva. Whatever I have forgotten, Apohanancha, is also the Leela of Vasudeva. With this Krishnarpanam, I finish my speech. Thank you.